Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great. That's all you need to stay up to date with scoreonair.com. The new generation of sports talk radio with original talk shows starting every 2 hours covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports.
We cover all Ohio sports.
Just go to scoreonair.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score on Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic at the grocery store, studying at the library. Anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to scoreonair.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles and podcasts. Scoreonair.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports stakes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus. Scoreonair.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
New generation of sports talk radio. Here's your scoreonair.com score center update.
This is G-Rob at the Score on Air Studios with your Score Center update. The Clippers lost a tough one Tuesday night at Huntington Park against division rival the Toledo Mud Hens. Highlights in this one was Adam Moore going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Richie Schaefer tied for second in the home run race, belted his 30th to left field that would put the Clippers up in the bottom of the seventh.
He's trying to match that here. He swings, hits one deep to left center. Is it number 30? Yes it is. And Schaefer does it for the second time in his last 3 seasons.
Toledo would score 2 more in the 8th and held on to a 7-6 lead. Weather in New York on Tuesday night forced the Tribe and Yankees to postpone their game to a doubleheader on Wednesday. Trevor Bauer goes for the Tribe, looking for his 14th win of the season. And much traveled lefty Ryan Merritt called up Columbus gets the nod in game 2. In Washington, John Carlos Stanton belted his 51st home run of the year.
Breaking ball, Stanton drives it left field. That is 50-51. Way over the Marlins bullpen.
The Nationals scored 3 in the seventh to wrap up an 8-3 victory.
Picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning. And it's Tracy Porter. Touchdown. Gets it. Gets it to LeBron. For three for the lead for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Let's go!
Hello, everybody. More Dhume on Sports, hosted by Kevin Moore and
co-host Brandon Dhume.
All right, and we're very excited to be hosting this show for the first time live for you guys. We have a lot to get into today. We are hosted by ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio. We're going to talk a little bit of basketball. We got NBA talk, NFL, college and pro. First, Dhume, you want to say anything to the people? Let them know anything about yourself?
I'm just excited to be here. A little background in sports. Played football for a couple years. Just all I have on me.
All right, and my name is Kevin Moore, and I just love sports, man. Basketball, football, ran track in high school. I like, other sports too, baseball, soccer a little bit, but basketball and football are my main things. So, yeah, just a little bit about us. Dhume, what are your favorite teams real quick?
My first one, not a popular one in Ohio, but the New England Patriots. Football, NFL. I'm a Ohio State fan, so that kind of evens it out a little bit. Cavaliers and Celtics, another Boston team. I like all Boston teams. So, Red Sox, Indians, Reds, Blue Jackets, Penguins, and Bruins.
Okay. Dhume likes all the, Boston teams.
All the good teams.
That nobody likes. Hey, Jake.
Make sure you guys are good.
I'm not good. I can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything?
And the thing's been glitching the whole time.
It's been glitching?
Like the music isn't playing right.
Can you hear now?
I don't hear anything.
Let's restart this whole deal. You're recording a multi-track. Let's not do that. So, let's go ahead and compare file. Name audio file.
Got it.
Yeah. There, I get the right file. This thing's been really glitchy here, so I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna restart it so that you guys don't have to deal with your music not going or anything like that.
Am I going to be able to hear anything?
Yeah, you should be able to. I don't know why you can't right now.
Sorry, folks, we're having some technical difficulties.
Is the thing not big enough? But everything else is set up correctly, though, right?
Yeah, it's not anything you guys are doing. It's the fact that this radio DJ is starting to skip here a little bit, and I want you guys to be able to use your music and your intro and all that sort of stuff. So let's go ahead and say we'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Three, over.
Tuesdays from 12 to 2 p.m. It's the Beermonger Sports Sessions on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, The Score. And it's not your regular sports show.
This is Bob McElligott, the radio voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you're listening to the new generation of sports talk radio, ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
Come out and join us at Flavor 91 for their grand opening. Flavor 91 is located at 5186 East Main Street, Whitehall, Ohio. Flavor 91 is a burger bistro and offers such beverages as beer and wine. Again, the grand opening is September 15, 2016 at 1 p.m. 5186 East Main Street, Whitehall, Ohio. Join us at Flavor 91.
Listen to ScoreOnAir.com for your chance to win. Every Friday, we will be giving away a prize pack, and here's how you can qualify. Send us a message with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth to our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Just search Your Score on Air, or you can call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to win. It's that easy. A new winner will be selected every Friday at 7 p.m. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
You're listening to the home of heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping sports. Broadcasting from Ohio Media School in the greatest city in the state. In the greatest state in the country.
In the greatest country in the world.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com.
ScoreOnAir.com. ScoreOnAir.com. Off season. ScoreOnAir.com. Off season.
ScoreOnAir.com.
ScoreOnAir.com.
It's the off season.
ScoreOnAir.com.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning. And it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lewis gets it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
All right, welcome everybody. This is More Doom on Sports, hosted by Kevin Moore and
Brandon Doom.
And we are on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, The Score. And this is our first show tonight. We are very excited to be coming at you guys with all this wonderful sports news. And first, we just want to go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. I have Brandon Doom over here, my co-host. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, I love sports. I've had a sports background all most of my life, so I played football for a while. I just enjoy watching sports: basketball, football, hockey, baseball. So that's a little bit about me.
That's what's up, Doom. So I'm just like Doom. I'm a sports guy. Love sports, basketball, football. Not really a hockey guy, but grew up. I ran track, like baseball. Just all the sports really. So Doom, what are your favorite sports teams?
Let's start with NFL. The unpopular pick, defending Super Bowl champions, New England Patriots. College football is the Buckeyes. So excited for the game tomorrow. We'll be talking about that a little bit tonight. Baseball, Red Sox, Indians, and Reds. A lot of Boston teams. Bruins, Jackets, and Penguins, NHL. And basketball, Cavaliers and Celtics.
Okay, that's what's up, man. A lot of Boston teams. I'm not a Boston guy. I'm mostly Ohio guy, except for the NFL. And the NFL, I like the New Orleans Saints, who are gonna, with that nation. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year, Doom. But we'll talk about that later on. You know, he doesn't believe me, but we're gonna shock everybody. But big Cavaliers fan, and then all Ohio sports. You know, all Ohio college teams. You know, Ohio State for basketball, football, and I just love the Buckeyes, man. So. That's just a little bit about us, a little bit of my teams, a little bit of his team. So you know, my teams are better than his though. So,
no, they're not.
but
No, they're not.
it's okay. That's debatable, but
not debatable.
It is, but what is debatable though is this Kyrie Irving trade.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk a little bit about that.
It's a mess right now.
Yeah, Doom, go ahead. You want to describe to people exactly what the details were for the trade?
So, it was about a month ago now. Kyrie requested a trade from the Cavs. Hated playing underneath LeBron, apparently, for these last 3 years. So he requested a trade. The Cavs were looking at the Suns. Kyrie named teams. He named the Suns. I don't think he named the Suns. The Suns were in contention to get him, though. He named the Timberwolves, the Heat, I think some other teams. I can't think of them right now.
The Spurs, Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah, the Spurs.
Heat. And
but
the Knicks, for some reason.
Out of left field, Kyrie gets traded to Boston for Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zizic, and the Brooklyn Nets 2018 first-round pick. But now, Isaiah Thomas has gone through a physical with the Cavs doctors, and they don't like the way the hip looks. So now they're reconsidering the trade. They were going to request either another player in Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or try to get another pick. They have since stopped trying to get additional pieces in the trade. Now they're fine with the trade. So Kyrie is in Boston. He's not coming back. But this has been an interesting trade.
No, I definitely agree. It was blockbuster news to me. I want to take you guys a little bit how I heard about the trade. I was actually at work, and this guy right here, whose voice you're hearing, he went ahead and let me know about the trade while I was at work.
Yeah.
I got multiple text messages from him. He was talking about how the Kyrie Irving was in talks with the Cavaliers were in talks about trading Kyrie Irving, and I was like, no, I know that. And he talked about the Celtics were an option, and I was like, no, I wouldn't do that. And then, I don't know, what was it, 30 minutes?
Less than an hour later.
I got
another notification.
And
Kyrie gets traded to the Celtics. So,
and I almost lost it. I was at work like, what? It was crazy. And so I checked on my phone and saw all the details, and I was like, that's ridiculous. And so the details of the trade, like you said, when I first saw it, I thought it was just going to be, Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving.
Straight up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But when I found out all the pieces that was involved, how they got Jay Crowder and how they got the first round draft pick, which wasn't one of my favorite pieces of the trade.
It's probably my favorite piece, if they decide to keep it.
You could keep it, or you can use it as leverage to trade it to get something this year.
Which I've heard they might try, but if I was the Cavs, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'd keep it. There's some talent coming down. It could be a top pick, because the pick, guys, is an unprotected first-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets. And so the Brooklyn Nets, anybody who knows basketball knows the Nets are terrible. They're bad every year. They have one of Doome's favorite point guards now, though, D'Angelo Russell.
Messing with me about that. He's a good point guard. He's not, take the Nets to the finals out of the basement good, but then the pick, it's going to be top 5, maybe even first overall. So
it could be. And then there's two really good prospects that, it's way too early to know who's going to be top in the draft, but there's 2 really young stars right now. And one of my favorite players, Marvin Bagley, the third.
Just committed to Duke.
Yes, he's only 17 years old, by the way. This guy is 6'10", I believe, and he can score, rebound, athletic. He's amazing. He's a junior. He reclassified, skipped his senior year, and is going straight to Duke. Most people believe he'll just do 1 year, be a one and done, and go straight to the league. And then also Porter, what's his name? Michael
Porter Jr.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. He's gonna commit to Missouri, and that guy can score the basketball. He's a better, pure scorer than Bagley is, but they're both just like neck and neck. They're great players. He's going to Missouri. He's going to be the star of that team. So I think that those will probably be the top 2 prospects, but you never know. You agree with me there with those 2 probably be the big names? I know we haven't seen nobody yet in college, but
no, we haven't seen how the college basketball season will play out. But those are the 2 names, minus a few I can't think of right now. But those really are the 2 names I've only been hearing as potential top picks next year. So, I don't know. I think Cavs should definitely keep that pick.
Yeah, definitely. So, about the trade, just in general, who do you think won the trade?
I wanted to say when the trade originally happened, the Cavs won. But with the Isaiah Thomas injury, you don't know if the hip is 100%. He could potentially miss most of the season up until the All-Star break. And long term, it works out better for the Celtics. They win that way. But short term, it's much better for the Cavs. They have added pieces that could help them get over the Warriors' hump with Jay Crowder, who can shoot the three and defend the three. So he could take off the defensive pressure. Or I guess that's not how I should say it. LeBron, he tired himself out trying to guard like every player on the Warriors last year. Kevin Durant, Steph. So now you have a player in Jay Crowder who can guard Durant, and you can put LeBron on someone else.
That's going to help LeBron out big time. The Cavs needed some extra help. We had like Shumpert trying to guard,
But
KD.
Shumpert's not a bad defender though. It's just when
he's not. But when you ask him to guard KD,
he can't guard AD. No.
We need LeBron to be on there, but LeBron can't do it for the whole entire game.
And you could see even like in the first game, LeBron was gassed. Just even the guarding Durant just wore him out.
Yeah, it definitely did. So,
but does the Thomas injury, does that worry you?
Does it worry me? Yes, it does. As long as he can come back for the second half of the season, I think it's going to be good for us in the long run. I'm okay with us not having him at first if we can get him at, even if not 100%, as close to 100% as possible for the second half of the season. And so if we can get him to just rest it now, just don't come back too early and get hurt.
Yeah, that would suck.
Just take a break, get 100%, and when you come back, he can help us out. So I think that if he does that, if he go ahead and rest it, I think it's going to be a good idea. I think that we will end up winning the trade because I think honestly both teams win because they both get what we wanted. The Kyrie Irving thing, we need to get rid of Kyrie because of all that drama. And then they didn't want to sign Isaiah Thomas to the max deal. His contract expires this year, at the end of this year, and they didn't want to give him Boston didn't want to give him the max contract. So I think they were able to go ahead and get rid of him. They gave up a lot of assets, but I think overall they got what they wanted. We got what we wanted. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
If the Cavaliers click with Isaiah Thomas as their starting point guard, do you think this changes LeBron's mind and potentially leaving? If they can beat the Warriors, that's what I'm saying here. If they can win the championship, does LeBron stay?
Possibly. I think he's definitely thinking about it a lot more than he was before. I think before he was kind of leaning towards leaving, not really sure. I think now he's like, you know what, this is going to be interesting. I want to see how this plays out. If they can win a championship, LeBron wants to win, and if they can do that, he might go ahead and stay.
I don't know.
Think he'll stay.
He might stay. He might not. I don't know.
He might. We're not really sure, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
OH.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling is looking for interns. Have you heard of Ric Flair? Well, this is the company that brought you Ric Flair before he went to the WWE, and we're looking for interns to work behind the scenes hand in hand with production, with audio, with video, and with podcasts and radio. Contact Damon Dury, the big dog, at 740-971-3968.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
This is G-Rob at the Score on Air Studios with your Score Center update. The Clippers lost a tough one Tuesday night at Huntington Park against division rival the Toledo Mud Hens. Highlights in this one was Adam Moore going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Richie Schaefer tied for second in the home run race, belted his 30th to left field that would put the Clippers up in the bottom of the 7th.
He's trying to match that here. He swings, hits one deep to left center. Is it number 30? Yes, it is. And Schaefer does it for the second time in his last 3 seasons.
Toledo would score 2 more in the 8th and held on to a 7-6 lead. Weather in New York on Tuesday night forced the Tribe and Yankees to postpone their game to a doubleheader on Wednesday. Trevor Bauer goes for the Tribe looking for his 14th win of the season, and much-traveled lefty Ryan Merritt called up from Columbus gets the nod in Game 2. In Washington, Giancarlo Stanton belted his 51st home run of the year.
Breaking ball, Stanton drives it left field. That is 51, way over the Marlins bullpen.
The Nationals scored 3 in the 7th to wrap up an 8-3 victory over the wild-card hopeful Miami Marlins. For all news, scores, and updates, keep it locked right here, ScoreOnAir.com, The Score.
You're listening to the home of heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping sports. Broadcasting from Ohio Media School in the greatest city in the state, in the greatest state in the country.
In the greatest country in the world.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com.
All right, and we're back and we're live. Dhume, how you feeling over there?
Feel pretty good.
All right, wonderful. Before when we got off break, we talked a little bit of basketball. We're going to switch over topics now to some football, since it is football season now. Got the NFL coming up. Oh, it is up. You know, it's preseason going on now.
Preseason. Oh, preseason.
Yeah, Dhume loves preseason, though, by the way, guys.
We'll get to that later.
We can actually get to it, you know, right now. We'll get to how much you love preseason in a little bit, but let's just talk about the storylines right now in the preseason. Anything big news you want to talk about right now?
I want to talk about the Browns. You know, they traded Brock Osweiler. Don't know why they did that. But Deshaun Kaiser, they drafted him in the 2nd round. He has now played his way to being the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns week 1.
Yeah, he did. I thought that I loved Deshaun Kaiser. Well, I don't love him. I like him. Followed him a lot in college when he was at Notre Dame. He was very inconsistent, which I think he will be very inconsistent in the NFL as well. But I like bringing him in maybe in like the middle of the season if they're doing bad. I don't like him starting week 1 though. Even though I do like him.
Obviously, they did not like what they saw in Osweiler, so they went with the second best option. That was Kaiser.
I actually think Cody Kessler had a pretty good year for the Browns last year. I would have let him play quarterback.
I haven't seen too much Kessler tape, so I can't give you a straight opinion. But
I'll tell you, Kessler was pretty good.
But what I've seen Deshaun Kaiser do, he has impressed. Now, he's only played preseason rosters. He hasn't played an actual NFL roster. So we'll see how he stands up to real NFL play week 1. But I think he'll do fine. The Browns have faith in him.
The Browns do have faith. If any of you Browns fans are out there and have any opinions on this, you actually can call in. You call in or text the show, and we'll take all your calls, your text messages. You have anything you want to say during the show at all. The number here is 614-641-0674. You can give us a call. We'll go ahead and talk to you for a little bit. Text the show. We'll text you back. But my opinion on DeShone Kizer is he's a good quarterback. Throwing him in week 1 is going to be pretty hectic. I just don't like throwing rookies in like that unless you're like the number 1 draft pick and you're supposed to come out and be the man of the team.
Well, the Cowboys did it with Dak Prescott. He played pretty well.
Well, he was a 4th-round draft pick.
I'm not saying that DeShone Kizer is the next Dak Prescott, but Prescott took over a better team in the Cowboys and went 13-3. I don't see why DeShone Kizer couldn't take the Browns out of a 1-win season, possibly 2-win season this year.
I was talking to my cousin. I don't know if he's watching now. My cousin Derek, and he was telling me about the Browns, and he loves the Browns so much. He's going to lose a bet with me on the Browns and Saints because the Saints are going to win way more games than the Browns. But he said the Vegas was projecting 4 wins for the Browns this year.
And that's what this says.
And I was like, that's pretty accurate. That'd be a good year for the Browns. 4-12. What do you think?
It's better than 1-15. I'll tell you that.
Definitely. But enough for the Browns. I don't like talking about the Browns too much. Sorry about all you Cleveland fans here. But let's talk about injuries in the preseason because there's been some big injuries so far. I know.
There's one that one sticks in my mind as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, go ahead and tell the road about your boy.
So this ties in with a question we have with is the preseason necessary? The Patriots played a Thursday night preseason game last week, and Julian Edelman, in a routine just dump-off pass from Tom Brady, he plants his foot, knee comes out from under him, carted off to the locker room. After the game, they suspect it might be an ACL tear. They get an MRI. Bad news. It was an ACL tear. Good news. The Patriots won the game, 30-28, which I don't care. I'd rather have Edelman for the whole season instead of a preseason win. So I'm not happy with one of the Patriots' best receivers being injured in a game that does not matter.
So you think that we should just go ahead and avoid the preseason altogether?
Not avoid the preseason. It makes too much money for the NFL with the TV contracts, the ticket sales. But I think at least maybe cut it down from 4 games to 3 or maybe even 2. Because now we have not even players getting injured in preseason games, but in practice as well, with Ryan Tannehill going down. So just football is a freak sport because anything could happen. Non-contact injuries are very common in the NFL. But I think preseason football is just too risky with full pad play. And I don't know why I know that there's this thing like the starters kind of have to play in the 3rd game of the preseason, but it's not necessary to have your starters out there against the Lions preseason roster. So I'm not a huge fan of preseason. I like it because NFL football's back on, but the preseason doesn't need to be 4 games. I think cut it down maybe 3, then have 17 or 18 regular season games. That's just my opinion.
No, that's a great opinion. I'm right with you. Cut the season. Too many injuries are happening on plays that don't even matter. We had the scare. He didn't get out for the season or nothing, but remember Odell Beckham got hurt.
He got his legs taken out from under him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was like his first drive in the game. He got taken out, and so I think that it's very dangerous. And with these games not mattering at all, unless you're trying to fight for a spot on the team, you only need a couple games. Coach can see in 2-3 games. All right, this guy, gonna cut him. He's good. The starters don't need to be out there. They're ready to go.
If you know they're going to start, they don't need to be in a preseason game. That's just reckless.
Yeah, I agree 200% with you. But we're going to move on a little bit from there. I want to talk about Thursday night games. How do you feel about that?
It kind of ties in with injuries in the preseason.
And that's why I wanted to tie it into you.
Because more often than not, you have a team coming off of a Sunday day game or a Sunday night game, and then they have a short week to prepare for a game on Thursday. So you have less days for your body to repair, so that can lead to injuries. And now the NFL has CTE and the concussions to worry about. So now you have a body that has just been battered by 4 quarters of NFL football. And now on a short week you have to practice and then take a plane to wherever you're going to play and then put your body through that again on short rest. It's, I think it's just the NFL trying to milk as much money they can out of their players.
They're just trying to take over, every day of the week. They got Monday Night Football, they got Sunday, and it's like, how can we make more money another day?
Thursday Night Football.
Thursday. If they could add more, they would, but Thursday, they know it's their limit to what they can add.
I don't have the numbers, but I want to see how much viewership they actually get on Thursday Night Football.
I don't really watch Thursday Night Football unless my Saints are playing.
Yeah.
Then I watch my Saints. But if not, I really don't.
And it's not even like quality teams that are playing. It's like Browns and Jaguars on Thursday Night Football.
It's a great game right there, Browns and Jaguars. It could be a good one. I take the Browns.
I would take the Jags on that one.
All right, but yeah, Thursday night games, they're it's a toss up. Due to all the injuries, I would say no, it's not a good idea. There's nothing wrong with just keeping it how it is with Sundays and Mondays. I don't see why there's such a big need to, besides for this money, because the NFL, that's all they care about is making more money, and that's the only reason why they have Thursday night games. They don't care about the players' health, their safety, none of that. They just like, we can make more money, so let's go ahead and have a Thursday night game. And the players are telling you they don't like it. They're getting hurt. It's showing bad results. Sometimes you're not even having good Thursday night games, and they're still doing it. I'm not sure why.
Most of the Thursday night primetime games have been bad games.
Do you remember seeing any good ones?
No, because I don't watch Thursday Night Football.
Not at all?
If
the Patriots were playing Thursday night, would you watch it?
Oh, absolutely. I would watch the Patriots if it was, I don't know, a Tuesday game, Wednesday game. I would watch the Patriots if they played every day. It's the Patriots.
I know you mean that, man. But that was a good segment there. We're going to go ahead and take a little break. When we come back, we're going to be talking college football. So, we'll be back, guys.
This is Reflog 18, and you are listening to Score on Air.
Hey guys, Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Get the training you need to get a job you will love. The Ohio Media School has classes in radio, television, sports broadcasting, and film and video production. Visit beonair.com today to get started. That's beonair.com.
I'm Jake Safranco with your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Now here's the Sports Doc, Dr. Chris Stankovich.
Probably not a week goes by where we don't hear of some story in the sports world about an athlete using steroids or some other performance-enhancing drug. Unfortunately, a lot of these same stories have trickled down to youth sports, and we see an increasing number of kids turning to different means and measures to help improve their sport performance. Steroids, HGH, and even some of the ADHD drugs like Vyvanse, Adderall, and Ritalin have been used to improve focus and on-field performance. It's important that parents watch what their kids are taking, especially when it comes to nutritional supplements. Keep in mind, these are not governed by the FDA, and in many cases, we don't have enough research to tell whether there will be long-term negative effects. Train right, eat right, do moderate weight training and solid cardio work, and you'll be in the best position to get the most out of your youth sport experience.
This has been your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Enrolling now, visit beonair.com.
The Score wants to make you, you, a winner. Each week, ScoreOnAir.com is giving away a prize pack that'll knock your socks off.
Ouch, hey, that hurt.
How? First of all, like us on Facebook, and every Monday we will pin up a post to the top of our feed, updating you on what the week's prize and contest details are. Now here, take your socks back. A winner will be selected every week at 7 p.m. Friday on our combat sports show, Tyson's Punch-Out. So give us a call or text to get qualified. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. Here's how to qualify. Message us on Facebook at Your Score on Air or Twitter, also at Your Score on Air with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth. Or you can just simply call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to qualify to win T-shirts, sporting memorabilia, and more. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Driven Foundation presents the training camp August 22nd, 2017 at 7 a.m. at the Blackwell Hotel in Columbus, Ohio, featuring co-founder Roy Hall. This is event number 5 in the Driven Foundation Leadership Series. Event will feature multiple guests such as motivational speakers and life coaches and more. So get registered at staydriven.org. Again, registered at staydriven.org. I guarantee it, you don't want to miss this. Training camp with co-founder Roy Hall, August 22nd. Stay driven, everybody.
The Ohio Media School wants you to be part of the first ever Mastermind Exhibition on August 17th, 2017 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the Columbus campus. We are teaming up with experts in radio, television, and digital media to help you identify, entertain, and leverage an audience to promote your personal brand. This year's theme is BYOA, Bring Your Own Audience. Don't miss the first ever Mastermind Exhibition on August 17th, 2017 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Ohio Media School.
And we are back. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We are going to go ahead and get into our next segment.
Talk about some college football.
Yes, I introduced that. We were going to talk about some college football. So excited that college football is back, man.
Ohio State is back, baby.
Gotta love them Buckeyes. Best team in all of the nation.
Ohio State opens up, of course, their season tomorrow night at 8 o'clock at Indiana. Thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game? It should be a pretty easy win for us. We should go ahead and dominate them. I hope so. I'm just excited that we're back on. That we're back and playing.
Oh, I love the Buckeyes are back.
It's been too long since the Buckeyes last played, and especially
after they got embarrassed by Clemson.
Yeah, the bad taste is in my mouth.
But I actually don't agree with an easy win, and here's why. Indiana, they are very familiar with the way Ohio State plays, and they always play tough, especially at home. Last year, I don't think Ohio State won by very much. Let me check here real quick. Yeah, well, okay. They won by 21 points.
Uh-huh. Dhume, I'm telling you now, I was a guest on a show earlier today, and they were all predicting the score. Nobody had it close. I had the closest score. I said it was going to be 38-17, Ohio State.
The only reason I don't think it could be close is because Indiana plays Ohio State tough. They play all Big Ten teams tough. But it'll more than likely turn into, like, 56-7 blowout. But Indiana could give us a fight. They will give us a fight because we're Ohio State.
Probably. The one interesting thing, though, is that we're actually playing Indiana as our first game. We never open up against conference foes.
I think it's the first time in over 30 years that Ohio State has opened on the not on the road, but against Big Ten team.
Yeah, we always open up against Kent State or San Diego State.
Yeah, cupcakes, easy wins on the schedule.
Yeah, just throw them in there so we can get an easy win.
So it's
going.
refreshing that the first 2 games of Ohio State's season is at Indiana and then at home against Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it's good that we're getting some good games in. It's going to be fun. I'm actually really surprised that the game, our first game of the season, is going to be nationally televised on ESPN. So against Indiana, normally they only put big games up there, but it's Thursday night though. So
it is Ohio State though, and they are ranked 2nd in the nation. So I think any top 5 team is going to get national coverage.
Right. So we are a top 5 team. Do you think we're going to bounce back from what happened last year with that tough loss in the Fiesta Bowl to Clemson? You think we can bounce back from that?
They're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. 31-0. That left a bad taste in their mouth. They're going to come out with a vengeance. Any team that gets in their way, they're going to try and destroy. So I do think the Ohio State will have a bounce back year.
Okay, but speaking of bounce back, Oklahoma. Remember last year when we played Oklahoma, we handled them pretty well, and now they're coming back for vengeance. we're trying to bounce back from our season last year. I'm sure Oklahoma's been looking at that tape for a long time. Will they bounce back, and you think they could possibly take it to us in week 2?
Coming into the shoe, one of the toughest places to play in college football, you expect to go into the shoe, if you're Oklahoma, and beat Ohio State. I don't see it. Last year with the team we had, I didn't think they would beat Oklahoma last year. They blew the doors off of Oklahoma. And arguably Ohio State is better this year than they were last year. And they're at home. So,
yeah, last year it was 45-24. A win at Oklahoma.
At Oklahoma. This year it's in the shoe. Ohio State is better. They have quite a few starters returning from last year. JT Barrett's still the quarterback. I know there's some Ohio State fans who wish he was gone. Sorry to say, JT is the quarterback. I support him. He's a good player. Ohio State, they destroy Oklahoma. Especially with Buckeye fans in Columbus. It's going to be a crazy game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. Everybody's going to be watching it. It's going to be very fun to watch. There's two high-powered offenses. I think the defenses are going to step up. Oklahoma's not going to give up 45 points again. But
I think Oklahoma will give up 45 points. Oklahoma's not known for defense; they're known for offense.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to allow a team to get 45 points to you back-to-back years.
Oh, I think they could.
I hope so. I hope you're right. I just don't think it could happen.
I hope the first 2 games are both blowouts, and Ohio State somehow jumps Alabama to be number 1.
I hope so too. I think eventually we will be number 1. But I want to throw a quick little scenario. We have a listener listening in. Shout out to you, Akil.
What's up, boy?
Class. He sent me a message, and he wants to know if we see a possibility of a one-loss team or one-loss Buckeye team making it into the playoffs.
That's a great question, Akil.
It is.
It would depend on where the loss comes from. Could Ohio State pull on Ohio State when they lost to Virginia Tech?
That game broke my heart.
It did break my heart. It depends on who they lose to. If they lose to Michigan at the end of the season, no, they're not in. But if they lose to Oklahoma early, or maybe they lose to Penn State, I think there's a possibility that they could still be in. And it also depends on how well they play if they do lose. If they get blown out, no, they're not going to make it.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's the college football playoff. The way it's structured, it's not a perfect system. Because I don't think Ohio State really should have been in when they lost to Virginia Tech that year, but they did. Because they destroyed Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. That helped them leap TCU.
Yeah. It is a weird system. And with college football, it's more about when you lose.
It's about who you lose to and how you lose, yeah.
It's not just like in the NFL you lose a game, you lost a game. Okay, but in college, it matters so much. We could lose a game against Oklahoma now, but if we lose a game against Oklahoma,
because now
right
you
before the Michigan game, then that would change everything.
Because now you have good wins, good losses, bad wins, and bad losses in terms of the college football playoff. You could have a bad win, and you can have a good loss. Losing to Penn State at home somehow, that could be a good loss because Penn State is a better team than they were the first half of the year last year.
Yeah, so do you see? Yeah, Penn State did get a lot better. I was really surprised how high they jumped last year. They just came out of nowhere, and they upset us.
They beat the Buckeyes, and something just clicked in them, and they turned it around, and they made it to the Rose Bowl.
When you beat Ohio State, you feel like you're on top of the world. So
that was their national title game.
It was. So shout out to them. They capitalized on it. We'll see how good they're going to be this year. They have a great running back who is possibly an early Heisman candidate. We may talk about that a little bit later. But I want your prediction on Ohio State. You said we're going to bounce back. We said there's going to be big games against Oklahoma. I want your end of the year prediction on how Ohio State will finish.
Barring any significant injuries or poor play, I think Ohio State runs the table. They go undefeated.
Go undefeated.
But the only teams that worry me on the schedule are kind of at Nebraska, because Nebraska always plays tough, especially at home. The home game against Penn State, because they are better this year. At Iowa, because Iowa is always a tough opponent to play, whether they're good or not. They're always known for their defense. Michigan State, they were bad last year, but they did play us tough. We won by 1 point last year.
Yes.
Illinois, no.
I win by 80 points there.
Yeah. And then the last game of the season.
That team up north.
Against the team up north. That one, last year Ohio State kind of squeaked by. They weren't playing very well. 1 and 2 overtimes. This year,
that game, my heart was racing the whole entire time.
Oh, I was in my living room, on the floor, pacing, freaking out.
I was at my ex-girlfriend's house at that time. We was living together. Remember I told you that house on the west side that we was living at? Yeah, I was over there and I was screaming. Like she was downstairs the whole time. She didn't even want to be. I was upstairs in the room watching it. She couldn't even be in the same room with me. We was watching it together, but then as it got so intense and the highs and lows of the game, I had to go. And she had to go. She couldn't handle it no more.
So but what do you think? You think Ohio State could run the table?
I really do. Will it be easy? Not at all. But I definitely think that we have the potential to do it. We're very talented offensively and defensively. And I really think so. And they're going to go ahead and win the Big Ten and go all the way.
All the way as in national champion all the way? Or all the way as in...
National champion, Doom. But we'll talk more about that later. We got to go ahead and go to commercial break. We'll be back with more Doom on Sports.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
OH.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
This is G-Rob at the Score On Air Studios with your Score Center update. The Clippers lost a tough one Tuesday night at Huntington Park against division rival the Toledo Mud Hens. Highlights in this one was Adam Moore going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Richie Schaefer tied for second in the home run race, belted his 30th to left field that would put the Clippers up in the bottom of the 7th.
Trying to match that here. He swings, hits one deep to left center. Is it number 30? Yes, it is. And Schaefer does it for the second time in his last 3 seasons.
Toledo would score 2 more in the 8th and held on to a 7-6 lead. Weather in New York on Tuesday night forced the Tribe and Yankees to postpone their game to a doubleheader on Wednesday. Trevor Bauer goes for the Tribe looking for his 14th win of the season, and much-traveled lefty Ryan Merritt called up from Columbus gets the nod in Game 2. In Washington, Giancarlo Stanton belted his 51st home run of the year.
Breaking ball, Stanton drives it left field. bullpen.
The Nationals scored 3 in the 7th to wrap up an 8-3 victory over the wild-card hopeful Miami Marlins. For all news, scores, and updates, keep it locked right here, scoreonair.com, The Score.
You're listening to the home of the latest sports news and updates in Columbus. Streaming live on YouTube and the worldwide TuneIn Radio app. This is ScoreOnAir.com.
And we're going to go ahead and talk about the softer schedule that the NBA has this year. Adam Silver went ahead and changed some things up. He made the season a little bit longer. And he also eliminated some back-to-back games. So we're going to talk about that, about how he's heard everybody's cries about the season, and how nobody liked the back-to-back games, nobody liked, the 4 games in 5 nights. So, Doom, how do you feel about him switching things up?
He is trying to keep the NBA star players from resting too many games. That's really what this is. But it's good because there's less injuries. 4 games in 5 nights, that's ridiculous. Especially how what do I want to say? How grueling these basketball games can be on your body. Just running up and down the court all the time. 4 games, 4 NBA games in 5 nights. That's ridiculous. So at first I didn't like it because I thought the players had the right to choose when they wanted to rest. I thought the fans are kind of being crybabies. The fact that we bought tickets to see LeBron even though I'm a Grizzlies fan. And the fact that I don't get him, I'm going to make a big outrage about this. I didn't like that.
Well, I kind of saw the fans' point of view, though. So, I go to at least maybe 4 or 5 Cavs games a year.
That's way more than I get to.
I try to. I just buy, I don't know, probably won't this year. This year I'll probably go to maybe 2. But I normally buy the tickets. I normally have already 3 tickets bought already. But just imagine you buy your tickets, Doom. You haven't gone to a lot of Cavs games. You buy a ticket. You trying to see your boy LeBron play. Because you don't know if he's going to be here next year. You're like, I got to see LeBron. So you buy your tickets to go see him. You get to the game and you find out that our starting small forward, is Jay Crowder. And LeBron James is on the bench,
See, that doesn't bother me.
At all? That you paid your money or...
Because I'm not going to a Cavs game just to watch LeBron James play. I'm going to a Cavs game to support the Cavs. And if you're a fan of a different team, I don't think you should be buying tickets to go see another team's best player play. I think if you're buying tickets as a fan of a different team, you should go to the game in support of your team.
Yeah, I hear you, Doom, but still, I want the best players to be playing at all times.
Which is what Adam Silver thinks too.
So I think he did the right thing, and also it's happy the fans are gonna be happier, and now the players are gonna be happier. So I think he won in this situation. He made both sides happy. So now he's gonna still put out a good NBA product, and he's still gonna get paid, and nobody loses here. I think he did the right thing. The season is going to start a little bit earlier this year, so they can, prolong the games out, so it give people more rest. So I think he did a great job. It shows that he's a commissioner that's willing to adapt and that he listens to.
Yeah, he's not afraid to make changes to the NBA.
Exactly,
especially for the better.
So I think that he's been doing a great job so far. So since we're on the topic of the season, I want to know who are your sleeper teams this year. Who are you watching out for to be a good team this year that was really under the radar last year?
There are a few trendy picks. The Bucks are one of them. I know you have trouble pronouncing his name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Close. Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Say that 10 times fast. But
I was going to try it, but never mind.
The Milwaukee Bucks, they're a trendy pick with Giannis as an MVP candidate. The Timberwolves, I look for them to make noise next year. Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, they just signed Jeff Teague. They traded for Jimmy Butler. Yeah, watch out for the Timberwolves in the West. Not really a sleeper team, but a team that has definitely improved from last year is the Thunder. They again, kind of like the Kyrie trade, came out of left field. The Paul George trade. Now he's on the Thunder. I think the Thunder definitely a lot better next year. Another sleeper, the 76ers.
You took my team.
No, I'm sorry about that. Very young, very talented. J.J. Redick, a veteran. I think this could be the year they make a playoff push.
Especially with the East being the cupcake this year.
Yeah. East definitely got weaker with all their better players kind of heading over to the West. It's really just a two-man race right now in the East. Cavs and Celtics.
Yeah, Cavs, Celtics, and then see.
So are there any teams that I left out that you might think are sleepers this year?
Man. I honestly think you nailed them. I don't think there's really any other teams that are going to really just surprise me this year. Unless, one of these rookies just turns out to be like a god and just dominates and turns the team around. But I don't really see that happening. My sleeper team was going to be Philadelphia. You touched on Minnesota, but I think everybody's expecting Minnesota to be good now. I've always been a big Minnesota fan. They've always had a lot of talent. I'm 22 years old, and basically everybody on their team is my age.
Basically, yeah.
And so I thought that, with all their youth and how good everybody is already at this age, that it was just only a matter of time before they got a lot better and became a great team. And so now with the addition of all those assets they got with the Jeff Teague and Jimmy Butler and all the other players they got, they're actually a team now that everybody's expecting to do good, which I've seen a long time coming, but now this trade's made it like a forefront in everybody's mind.
They definitely have no excuse now for bad play. Everyone picked them to be the trendy sleeper last year. They did not meet expectations. If they don't meet expectations this year, then blow up the team.
I agree. So let's talk a little bit about the NBA rookies. All right, you have any one of these rookies you're really looking out for right now?
If you don't buy his shoes, you're not a big baller. Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball.
You're not a big baller.
Did you buy the shoes, Dhume?
No. Were they like $500?
Come on, Dhume. That's for the regular comic shoe. If you're a big baller, you buy the one with the autograph one for $9.99.
Well, I am not a big baller. But
I'm a big baller, man.
I know you don't agree with this. I think Lonzo Ball makes the Lakers
a better team. Yeah, I agree. They go better from last year.
A better team. I want to say potential playoff contender. You don't agree with that at all.
If they're in the East, I would agree with you. But they're in the Western Conference. And we will get to all the seedings of the Western Conference later, and I will tell you exactly why. But that is for later on in the show, Dhume.
All right, I'll hold my horses until then.
Any other rookies you really looking out for?
Lonzo for the Lakers. I want to see how Markelle Fultz plays in Philadelphia.
You're a big Markelle Fultz fan. I'm not. I don't really like that guy. I think he's overrated. I don't think he should have been the number one pick.
Who do you think should have been the number one pick? Lonzo?
Yeah, man, he's a big baller.
Big baller doesn't get you the number one overall pick. What don't you like about Markelle Fultz?
Okay, so listen, Markelle Fultz went to Washington, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what the record was at Washington?
It was terrible, but that doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Why does it matter?
He won 8 games. They went 8 and 20-something, 22, 4, something like that. They lost a lot of games. That's what I'm trying to say here, guys. And he's supposed to be the star player. Like, in college, if you're the star player, you should be able to dominate. You should be able to make your team out better. Like Carmelo Anthony right now in the NBA is the star player of the Knicks. They're doing bad. But in college, he was a star player over
So does that mean
at Syracuse, and they took him all the way to a national championship. It's different in the NBA. If you're a star player, you can lose. You can still be on bad teams. The NBA and college is different. In college, if you're a star player, your team should be good.
No,
that's just my opinion.
Because it's college basketball. He's not LeBron James. He can't carry a team like Washington, but he's not a bad player. Have you seen him play at all?
I've seen him play, and he'll get you 20-some points, and they'll lose by 30.
Because he
doesn't make his team any better.
I'm just being a hater.
He can score, but that's it. I think one rookie to look for. I don't know if my brothers are listening right now, but I got two little brothers, Jermichael and Jeremiah, and they was telling me all last year about Dennis Smith Jr., who went to NC State and was dominating. And I didn't listen to him, but he drafted number 9 to the Dallas Mavericks, and he's going to, in the summer league, he's looking really nice. He's a great point guard. He can shoot the ball a little bit. He's very athletic, quick. He's a little guy, but he can dunk too. I think y'all should watch out for him. He's gonna play in Dallas, so you're not really gonna see much of him. But that man's got some talent. He can ball.
There's no doubt. I think he can play either. Jason Tatum, Celtics.
Yeah, he could probably have a good year, especially with them getting rid of a lot of people in Boston. He'll probably have a lot more playing time than I expected. He won't be like a star player, but he'll have a lot of time. He should be able to do good.
All right, I have the draft list pulled up. I'm just gonna shoot off some names real quick. Josh Jackson.
Well, actually, Doom, we're going to go ahead and get back to those names in a little bit.
All right.
We got to go ahead and go to a quick break. This is more Doom on Sports on ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Nasty's Sports Bar in Reynoldsburg is under new management. Located at 6150 East Main Street, the home for Taco Tuesday is rejuvenated and the home for great food and family fun. Nasty's Sports Bar is a great place for happy hour, serving $2 domestics, $3 glasses of wine, and $5 appetizers. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 614-864-2827 to find out the daily specials. Nasty's. Great food, family fun, with a cool name.
Listen to ScoreOnAir.com for your chance to win. Every Friday, we will be giving away a prize pack, and here's how you can qualify. Send us a message with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth to our Facebook or Twitter accounts. Just search Your Score on Air, or you can call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to win. It's that easy. A new winner will be selected every Friday at 7 p.m. This is your home for the new generation of sports talk radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
I'm Jake Safranco with your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Now here's the Sports Doc, Dr. Chris Stankovich.
Does your son or daughter struggle with nerves when it comes to competing in sports? If so, it's important to know that this is perfectly normal. In fact, professional athletes struggle with the very same anxieties that your son or daughter does while competing. Nerves are a result largely because of cognitive appraisals, and what that means is how we perceive things often dictates how our bodies will respond. You might want to think of this as fight or flight. In fact, when I work with athletes, I ask them, do they view pressure situations as challenges or do they see them as threats? If they view them as challenges, they often gain confidence, sharpen their focus, and become even more motivated to succeed. But if they see the situation as threatening, that's when anxiety creeps in and usually compounds matters. So it's important that you look at skills that can help, including deep breathing, using imagery, and reminding your child of the importance of positive self-talk.
This has been your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Enrolling now, visit BeOnAir.com.
Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Are you looking for a new career? Not just a job, but a fulfilling career? If you want to work in media, radio, television, sports broadcasting, or film and video production, you need to check out the Ohio Media School's Columbus campus today. Their updated radio and television broadcasting program will even have you ready to work in a field you'll love in just 8 months. Stop by the Ohio Media School's audio and video studios today to see it for yourself. Visit BeOnAir.com. That's BeOnAir.com.
The Ohio Media School presents the inaugural Mastermind Exhibition, brought to you by the Pixel Design Group, Thursday, August 17th, 2017, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This year's theme is BYOA, Bring Your Own Audience. As a media professional or someone aspiring to be one, you don't want to miss the 3 breakout sessions at Mastermind Exhibition, led by top-notch media professionals that will teach you how to digitize your brand, entertain your audience, and find your audience. For more information and to RSVP for this free event, call 614-655-5250 and follow us on all social media platforms. Act now. Seats are limited.
Do you like talking Buckeyes?
Yes! Oh my God!
So do we. Just not all the time.
We're home for the largest variety of sports talk. This is the new generation of sports talk radio.
New generation of sports talk radio.
ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
The Score.
All right, welcome back to more Dhume on Sports. I'm your co-host, Brandon Dhume. When we left you, we were talking about NBA rookies. Continue into that talk a little bit here. Before we left, I talked about listed Josh Jackson. He was drafted by the Suns. 4th overall pick. Suns are a young, up-and-coming team. They were in talks, going back to Kyrie trade. They were in talks with the Cavs. The Cavs wanted Josh Jackson. They wouldn't give him up. So, does Josh Jackson play well in Phoenix?
I believe he does. No one's going to see it because he's in Phoenix and they're going to lose every game. But I think he'll...
They're going to lose every game? 0-82?
But they'll win more than the Nets, you know. Unless they get like a superstar like D'Angelo Russell on their team.
You're killing me, man.
Nah, but
how can you hate on a former Buckeye?
Listen, D'Angelo, I just don't like him, man. I met him. Listen, I met D'Angelo Russell. I used to live on campus. I didn't get a good vibe when I met him. Nah, he not a Laker now. He's a Brooklyn Net now.
Yeah.
I just don't like him. I don't like his game. Don't like his personality. The only thing I like is
okay.
With OSU.
All right, back on track.
No, Josh Jackson will have a good year.
Okay,
that's what I was trying to
answer.
say.
Thank you.
Yes, he will have a good year.
De'Aaron Fox, I think you know what you're getting with him. Kings are not a contender. He'll probably play well. Jonathan Isaac, Florida State. Magic, is he a starter?
I'm not sure. You said for
the Magic. Are the Magic?
I don't even know who they have. Like,
yeah, that's okay.
He could start. The Magic don't have anybody except Alfred Payton and Eric Gordon. Only 2 names I really know.
Lauri Markkanen. Don't know about him. Went to Arizona. Although I didn't mention him as a sleeper. Frank Ntilikina. I'm gonna butcher this last name. Ntilikina.
This is your thing, dude. All the foreign names are for you. I butcher every foreign name.
It's Ntilikina. Ntilikina. I don't know. Frank from France.
Frank from France.
He's 6'5". He played well over in France. He was drafted by the Knicks.
I haven't seen him play, so if I seen him play, I'll be able to talk more about him. I don't know, these foreigners, man, they come out of nowhere. They always have surprising seasons. Like when the Knicks got Porzingis, I knew nothing about this guy. And when all the fans booed, I was like, oh, I don't know him either. So
and now he's one of the better players in the NBA.
And now I'm like, you know what? Out of the many mistakes Phil Jackson made, that was one good move there.
Yeah. Then, of course, your guy, Dennis Smith. I think you know what you're going to get with him. Make the Mavericks a little better. Not playoff contenders, but better. Zach Collins, he's a center out of Gonzaga. I don't know enough about you, man.
There's really not too many. It's at the top of the list is a lot of high power names, like 6 or 7 good names you could say.
He got taken over Malik Monk. Hey. How does a center get drafted before Malik Monk?
I don't know. We can ask Greg Oden how he got drafted over KD.
No, I think you should ask KD how he feels about being drafted after Greg Oden.
You think Greg Oden is listening? Remember I told him to listen to the show? He's not listening. If you are Greg Oden, I appreciate you. We would love to have you on the show.
No, we would.
We would?
I
would.
I'm pretty sure he lives, he lives close. Hilliard area. Hilliard, Columbus area, so.
He's back in school now.
Yeah.
Right, June. You have any more other rookies you want to talk about? Or you want to talk about some playoff
Let's talk about playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Yeah. So we can talk about playoffs. We'll stick to the NBA. I want your way too early NBA playoff predictions.
I guess, okay. Start in the West.
Okay.
The first through 8 seed. Quick last year. Last year, obviously, Golden State, number 1. San Antonio, 2. Houston, 3. The Clippers, 4. The Jazz, 5. Thunder, 6. Grizzlies, 7. And Trailblazers, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think Golden State stays at 1.
Okay.
San Antonio, maybe. But I think Houston gets the 2. San Antonio, the 3. That one's tough. It could go either way.
I'll give you a little toss up there.
Clippers, you're out. Yeah. You lost Chris Paul. You still have...
J.J. Redick.
They still have Blake... Yeah, they did lose J.J. Redick. That's true. But he wasn't their team.
No, but he helped Chris Paul get a lot of assists.
J.J. Redick is a sharpshooter. But they still have Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, but I don't think that's enough in and of itself to get them to the playoffs. I don't think the Clippers make it. The Jazz, no.
Just no.
No. So it's Golden State, Houston, or San Antonio at the 2 and 3. The Thunder at 4. Minnesota gets in there at 5. Now, the last 8 we've had debates about this amongst ourselves. I agree with you on 6 and 7, Portland and Denver. Again, those, along with San Antonio and Houston, those could be flipped. And you like New Orleans, the Pelicans at 8.
I do.
Maybe I'm being blinded by I want the Lakers to play well. I want them to be good. It's better for the NBA when the Lakers are good.
Just buy the big baller shoes, man. Just go ahead.
I'm not going to buy the big baller shoes, but I think Lakers at 8.
You think the Lakers?
I think Lakers at 8.
Than all these other teams. They're going to pass New Orleans. They're going to pass the Grizzlies.
All New Orleans has are 2 big men and a okay point guard.
Don't just say 2 big men. The 2 best big men in the league.
Anthony Davis, best big man in the league. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would say him or DeMarcus Cousins, and they're on the same team.
Boogie Cousins.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would definitely say because of that, if they were just 2 regular big men, like, oh, no. But they're both all-stars. They're both future Hall of Famers. You know, I think if they keep up their play for a few more years.
Because the Lakers are at the bottom, but you have teams like the Timberwolves who are going to be better than last year, so they're going to be in there. But you have, 1, 2, 3 open spots, with the Clippers, Jazz, and Grizzlies out of there. So that bumps up the Timberwolves, the Nuggets. Out of those teams, you have the Pelicans, Mavericks, Sacramento Kings, the Lakers, and the Suns. I don't think DeMarcus Cousins makes the Pelicans that much better.
You don't think adding DeMarcus Cousins, who is one of the best, 1 or 2, we'll just say top 3, just to give it top 3 big men in the league, makes your team better. And you're also forgetting they added Rajon Rondo.
That's supposed to sway me? Adding Rondo?
You saw what happened in the series Boston and Chicago. That series swing, they was up 2-0. Well, the Bulls were up 2-0. Then as soon as Rondo went down, they lost 4 straight.
Well, that's because just the Bulls didn't know how to pass.
Because they didn't have Rondo.
No, they didn't have Rondo.
Rondo was leading the team. He may have an attitude problem, but that guy, he knows his basketball.
See, just knowing what I know about the Pelicans, no. Right now, I don't think they're playoff contenders. Kings, no. That whole organization is just a mess. Mavericks, they got their one championship. Now they're clinging. They are clinging on to, like, a mummified, just old Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, he's got to go soon.
So the Timberwolves, they're in the playoffs. That just leaves the Lakers and the Suns. Suns, I talked about this a little bit. They're young. They're up and coming. But they're not playoff contenders. That only leaves the Lakers.
Okay. I'll just let you have your Lakers. I want to go ahead and get into the Eastern Conference. Let's talk about them.
I think this one we agree a little bit more on, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and tell the people what we got for the Eastern Conference.
So last year, there's a lot of openings here. Celtics were 1, Cavs 2, Raptors 3rd, the 3 seed, Wizards 4, Atlanta 5, Bucks 6, Pacers 7th, and Chicago 8. And the teams on the bubble were the Heat and Pistons, really. But next year, a lot of those teams have changed drastically. Al Horford's on the Celtics. So who just left the Hawks?
Paul Millsap.
Paul Millsap.
Sorry, you do not like. He's in Denver now.
I think you told me that Paul Millsap is why the Nuggets will make the playoffs.
Not why, but he's going to help them out. And Denver was already literally one game away from making the playoffs last year. So now they add Paul Millsap, and I think that he can be a very big asset to them and veteran leadership.
Okay. So the top maybe 4 pretty much stay the same. Cavaliers at 1, Celtics 2, and then Wizards and Raptors 3 and the 4. But the rest of the 4, you have the Hawks, who are projected to only win like 20 games.
Yeah, they're out. Just throw them out.
They're out. The Bucks, I think they could move with the 5. Pacers, you don't have Paul George. The playoffs they're a dream right now. You'd be lucky to hit 500. The Bulls, you lose Rondo, who apparently you think is like the best point guard ever. And you lose Jimmy Butler.
He is a champion.
He is a champion. In Boston, though. So, all those teams that barely made it last year, they're now out.
I think Philly can jump in. They're going to have a lot better year. Joel Embiid, hopefully he can stay healthy. He can stay healthy.
Markelle Fultz.
That guy. He plays there, too.
That guy. He's going to make the 76ers better. But
and then hopefully Ben Simmons can stay healthy and finally play some basketball. I think he'll be a very good player this year as well.
But we'll continue to talk about this in a little bit. We're going to go to break.
All right, Doom. I like you go ahead and doing the breaks now.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So thank you, everybody. Like Doom said, we're going to break. Thank you.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio in Columbus. Online sports radio, WSOA ScoreOnAir.com, the Score.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com, the Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, Anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to scoreonair.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. Scoreonair.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
Oh, wait.
I.O.
Scoreonair.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
NWA Midwest Championship Wrestling is looking for interns. Have you heard of Ric Flair? Well, this is the company that brought you Ric Flair before he went to the WWE, and we're looking for interns to work behind the scenes hand in hand with production, with audio, with video, and with podcasts and radio. Contact Damon Dury, the big dog, at 740-971-3968.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
This is G-Rob at the Score on Air Studios with your Score Center update. The Clippers lost a tough one Tuesday night at Huntington Park against division rival the Toledo Mud Hens. Highlights in this one was Adam Moore going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Richie Schaefer tied for second in the home run race, belted his 30th to left field that would put the Clippers up in the bottom of the 7th.
He's trying to match that here. He swings, hits one deep to left center. Is it number 30? Yes, it is. And Schaefer does it for the second time in his last 3 seasons.
Toledo would score 2 more in the 8th and held on to a 7-6 lead. Weather in New York on Tuesday night forced the Tribe and Yankees to postpone their game to a doubleheader on Wednesday. Trevor Bauer goes for the Tribe looking for his 14th win of the season, and much-traveled lefty Ryan Merritt, called up from Columbus, gets the nod in Game 2. In Washington, Giancarlo Stanton belted his 51st home run of the year.
Breaking ball, Stanton drives it left field. That is 51. Way over the Marlins bullpen.
The Nationals scored 3 in the 7th to wrap up an 8-3 victory over the wild-card hopeful Miami Marlins. For all news, scores, and updates, keep it locked right here. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
You're listening to the home of heart-pounding, adrenaline-pumping sports.
Broadcasting from Ohio Media School in the greatest city in the state.
In the greatest state in the country.
In the greatest country in the world.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to more Doom on Sports. I'm your co-host, Brandon Doom. And before we left, we were talking about early Eastern Conference playoff standings. We left talking about the bubble teams, the Heat and the Pistons. So you have the Hawks are out, the Pacers are out, and the Bulls are out. But there's teams at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, like the Sixers, that could potentially make it into the playoffs next year.
Yeah, and I think they will. I think they will make it in there. And then another one of those bottom teams you just said, the Miami Heat, who were so close. They had the best record in the second half of the season last year.
Oh, they were. They won a tirade.
And I was like, ooh, I'm actually glad they didn't make the playoffs because they would have made it a little scary in the playoffs.
Well, they were making a playoff push when the Cavs were still the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Excuse
me. Oh, my goodness.
On,
burping up my dinner. I apologize. And the Heat having Dion Waiters, a former Cav, that made them play better. So that was the only 1-8 matchup that scared me if the Cavs got the 1 seed. It was against the Heat.
Yeah.
So
nobody else in the East would have made any difference besides for him.
No, but in the East, are way too early predictions for the final 8. At least mine are. Cavs at the 1 seed. Celtics 2. Does Kyrie make them better? Yes. But the Cavs still have LeBron. Therefore, Cavs are the 1 seed. Celtics are the 2. Washington, Toronto. Before we went on break, I said that those teams are... They could be switched. Both are good enough to be the 3 or the 4. I think Washington now is better than the Raptors. So I have Washington at 3, Raptors at 4. Milwaukee with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Great player.
I said it right every time.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, yeah. Keep telling yourself that.
I will. He's going to win an MVP one of these years.
He could. We'll leave that for next week. Maybe that could be a segment next week, but
sure can.
Bucks at 5. Miami, I think, could make it all the way up to the 6th seed because of all the teams that are coming out. Pistons at 7 and 76ers at 8.
Yeah, I don't have the Pistons, but I can have the 76ers at 8.
If you look at the East...
I think I did have the Pistons because I didn't have nobody else. I just threw them in there.
There aren't any other teams that could make it to the playoffs.
So
maybe the
Hornets.
Hornets.
Get in by default.
Maybe the Hornets.
Maybe. But Doom, I just really, really want to talk some football. So can we...
NFL.
Some NFL right now?
We can talk NFL.
Okay, Doom. So let's go ahead and talk about same topic, playoffs. NFL playoffs, though. So let's go with... I want to know... Can you give me your division winners? So who's going to be in the playoffs? So there's 4 division winners who are going to make the playoffs, and then 2 wild card spots. All right. I want your 6 teams who are going to make it. So give me the division winners first, and then who sneaks into the wild cards.
I'll start with the NFC. I don't think the Cowboys make it. Cowboys are maybe wild card. I think the Giants win that division.
Is it because of the Zeke injury? I mean, not injury, but,
the suspension?
Yeah.
I think it's because of the suspension.
Okay.
If you look at the Cowboys' schedule, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. They have the Giants week 1. Then they're at the Broncos. They're at the Cardinals. Rams, Packers, Niners, Redskins, Chiefs, Falcons, Eagles, Chargers, Redskins, Giants, Raiders, Seahawks, and Eagles. So they were 13-3 last year. I'm thinking maybe 8-8. 9-7. So NFC East Giants, I think, win the division. NFC North, it's the Packers. No doubt about that. NFC South. I know you're a Saints fan. That's probably the toughest division right now to call. You have Atlanta, made the Super Bowl last year. Carolina, Cam, he kind of plays recklessly. He got himself injured last year. Your Saints.
Woohoo! Who that? My Saints.
You think they'll go 10-6? I kind of agree with that.
He knows we're going to go 10.
In Tampa Bay, but I think the Falcons win that. They win that division again. Arizona or the Seahawks are really the only 2 teams in the West, the NFC West. AFC East, Patriots.
I might go with the Jets this year, man. They're looking nice.
The 0-16 Jets?
They're going to be the worst team in the league this year, definitely.
Yeah, worse than the Browns.
Yes.
AFC East is New England and nobody else. AFC North, Steelers. The AFC South.
Or Baltimore.
Not beating out Pittsburgh, though. AFC South. All I see are a bunch of mediocre and garbage teams. In Indianapolis, you may not have Andrew Luck for the beginning of the season. Jacksonville, preseason, your quarterback situation was a mess. You just named Blake Bortles as your starting quarterback. Congratulations.
Blake Borders. I said his name wrong.
Houston Texans, you have Deshaun Watson. Future looks bright.
And the tremendous defense.
Yeah, led by J.J. Watt. The only 2 teams I could potentially see coming out of the AFC South are Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. But I like the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans have been gotten a lot better. What did they finish? 9-7 last year? Yeah.
I believe they did.
Yeah, 9-7 last year.
And if Mariota wouldn't have gotten injured, they would have finished better.
Yeah, the Titans are a scary team. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I know that they're going to make a lot of noise this year, and they're my pick to sneak in the wild card.
So then that leaves you with the AFC West. Broncos, who are another team after they lost Manning, their quarterback situation is just a mess. Right now, their starter is Trevor Siemian. They drafted Paxton Lynch. He has not gotten any playing time.
You're number 2 for him, and he's still on the bench.
Kansas City. Alex Smith, he's a good quarterback. Can he take you to the Super Bowl, though? I don't know. Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers, no longer San Diego. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. They're going to have a better year, though. They have to. Because they lost to the Browns last year, so they have to be better.
that was Cleveland's one win.
Yeah, they beat the Chargers last year, so that's why they had to move. You know, you lose to the Browns, you got to relocate.
If you lose to the Browns, you need to move.
So they had to go.
But I think Raiders win the West.
Marshawn Lynch.
Beast mode. Now you're high on beast mode.
Very high. Very high.
I don't see him returning to Seahawk form. He's 1 year out of the NFL, which is what?
Nothing. Just go ahead. I want to hear about,
Marshawn Lynch, he's had 1 year out of the NFL. That's good for really only his body hasn't taken a beating. But he's also been out of the game of football for a year.
He's relaxed. He's rejuvenated. His body feels good.
He's had time to eat a lot of Skittles.
A whole lot of Skittles. But he's still. I'm sure he's still working out. Marshawn Lynch isn't just gonna sit around and. Well, I don't know what Marshawn Lynch could do anything.
I don't know what people are predicting. 1,000+ rusher. I don't see it.
I think he could get it. And especially now that they have a threat with the passing game with Derek Carr, then he can run the ball. So they're not all just going to be locked in on him 24/7. He can have a really good year.
Yeah. Derek Carr, one of the bright spots in the NFL as far as young quarterbacks go.
Yeah. So, who else you got in here? Got any?
As far as wild cards go, wild card could potentially be the Ravens in the AFC. Maybe the Chiefs. NFC, Cowboys potentially. I'm going to give you the satisfaction. Saints could make the wild card.
That's so beautiful to hear. We're going to be in the wild card.
You're welcome.
And then when we sneak in there, we're going all the way. Super Bowl. And we'll see your Patriots there.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
And my Saints are going to win, by the way, just so everybody knows.
No.
Before Doom starts arguing with me again, I'm going to go ahead and stop it, and we're going to go to a quick commercial break. You're listening to more Doom on Sports, and this is ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, The Score.
This is Reflog18, and you are listening to Score on Air.
Hey guys, Matty Ice here, proud alum of the Ohio Media School. Get the training you need to get a job you will love. The Ohio Media School has classes in radio, television, sports broadcasting, and film and video production. Visit BeOnAir.com today to get started. That's BeOnAir.com.
I'm Jake Safranco with your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Now here's the Sports Doc, Dr. Chris Stankovich.
Probably not a week goes by where we don't hear of some story in the sports world about an athlete using steroids or some other performance-enhancing drug. Unfortunately, a lot of these same stories have trickled down to youth sports, and we see an increasing number of kids turning to different means and measures to help improve their sport performance. Steroids, HGH, and even some of the ADHD drugs like Vyvanse, Adderall, and Ritalin have been used to improve focus and on-field performance. It's important that parents watch what their kids are taking, especially when it comes to nutritional supplements. Keep in mind these are not governed by the FDA, and in many cases we don't have enough research to tell whether there will be long-term negative effects. Train right, eat right, do moderate weight training and solid cardio work, and you'll be in the best position to get the most out of your youth sport experience.
This has been your Sports Doc Minute, brought to you by the OHSAA and the Ohio Media School. Enrolling now, visit BeOnAir.com.
The Score wants to make you, a winner. Each week, ScoreOnAir.com is giving away a prize pack that'll knock your socks off.
Ouch, hey, that hurt.
How? First of all, like us on Facebook, and every Monday we will pin up a post to the top of our feed, updating you on what the week's prize and contest details are. Now here, take your socks back. A winner will be selected every week at 7 p.m. Friday on our combat sports show, Tyson's Punch-Out. So give us a call or text to get qualified. This is your home for the new generation of Sports Talk Radio and weekly prize giveaways. Here's how to qualify. Message us on Facebook at Your Score on Air or Twitter, also at Your Score on Air with your name, phone number, email, and date of birth. Or you can just simply call or text any of our live shows at 614-641-0674 and tell them you want to qualify to win T-shirts, sporting memorabilia, and more. This is your home for the new generation of Sports Talk Radio and weekly prize giveaways. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Driven Foundation presents the training camp August 22nd, 2017 at 7 a.m. at the Blackwell Hotel in Columbus, Ohio, featuring co-founder Roy Hall. This is event number 5 in the Driven Foundation Leadership Series. Event will feature multiple guests such as motivational speakers and life coaches and more. So get registered at staydriven.org. Again, registered at staydriven.org. I guarantee it, you don't want to miss this. Training camp with co-founder Roy Hall, August 22nd. Stay driven, everybody.
The Ohio Media School wants you to be part of the first ever Mastermind Exhibition on August 17th, 2017 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the Columbus campus. We are teaming up with experts in radio, television, and digital media to help you identify, entertain, and leverage an audience to promote your personal brand. This year's theme is BYOA, Bring Your Own Audience. Don't miss the first ever Mastermind Exhibition on August 17th, 2017 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Ohio Media School.
You're listening to ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio in Columbus. Online sports radio, WSOA ScoreOnAir.com, the Score.
Welcome back, loyal listeners, to more Doom on Sports. I'm your co-host, Brandon Doom, along with Kevin Moore. When we left you, again, we were talking about playoffs. This time it was NFL. I named the division winners. And now we're going to talk about way too early Super Bowl matchup. Now I see no competition in the AFC to dethrone the Pats.
Except for Oakland.
Okay. I'll give you that. Oakland.
And Pittsburgh. You won't give me that one either?
Akil, I don't respect your team. I don't think the Steelers, they have been the Patriots' punching bag for the last few years. Steelers are not going to dethrone the Patriots. Raiders, though, with that receiving core, Derek Carr at quarterback, they have a pretty good defense. The Raiders in the AFC, only team I could see beating them, but I'm trying to stay realistic. They could. I don't see it. Patriots go in the Super Bowl.
I definitely have the Patriots as the favorites.
To come out of the AFC.
Yeah, out of the AFC.
NFC.
You mean talk NFC?
Yes.
NFC.
That one's tougher. Now,
favorites.
I'm trying to stay realistic because we're both fans of different teams.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a homer. You think your Saints are going to make it to the Super Bowl. They're going to win.
Yeah, that's a fact. I believe that 200%.
Okay. But think differently. Realistically.
Okay. Putting my homer aside, putting my biased fandom for the New Orleans Saints, I say that the favorites should be... My Saints are not going to be the favorite because I think they're going to sneak in as a wild card if we have a good season. I think that the Saints are going to sneak in as a wild card, and they're going to be good, but I say that the top teams will probably be... And it's so tough, man. Probably, I hate to say it, but the Falcons will probably be the favorite.
To come out of the NFC again?
Yeah, because that's a dynamic team. I still hate them with everything in my soul. But they're definitely going to be one of the top teams. Their offense is dynamic all the time. If they can just work on that defense, then they'd be legit. And you can never count out the Seahawks. The Seahawks.
No, especially in that division. With the Rams and Niners, The only team that's a
Seahawks
threat to
are
him
a
is the
good team.
Cardinals.
They lose a lot of games they should win, but when it comes down to playoffs, they always, if they don't always win, they always play well. They're always competing, and they're always there. Like, you never are not seeing the Seahawks. And then we just got Lawrence on here. He told me to talk about the Packers. The Packers, yeah,
I like the Packers.
I like them too.
As long as you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, you're in Super Bowl talks.
If they could just stop somebody, they're like they be having shootouts like New Orleans be having shootouts. You know.
And you can't always rely on Aaron Rodgers to throw a Hail Mary to win the game.
But he hits them though. I've never seen. He's definitely the most athletic quarterback I've ever seen. He can throw the ball. Like, talent-wise, he has the most, like, just physical talent I've ever seen as a quarterback.
He can run on a 1st and 15, a 3rd and 10.
I'm just talking about to be able to throw the ball, like, off your back foot, 50 yards down the field and make it accurate. Like, that's athleticism.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like, he's not, no super, like, mobile quarterback, but he can run out the pocket and then make amazing throws that nobody can make. A mobile quarterback couldn't make those throws anyway. Like, Michael Vick couldn't do that. Any other running quarterback you think of wouldn't be able to make throws. He makes throws that only Aaron Rodgers makes. Drew Brees would never be able to make the throws he makes. Your boy Tom Brady, who is probably like the smartest, like IQ-wise.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, he's not, the athletic power and just natural skill that Aaron Rodgers has. So we could throw the Packers in there, but
I know the trendy picks for this year's Super Bowl. More based off last year is the Cowboys.
Yeah, I left them out because I don't think they're going to be that much of a threat this year.
Also, another trending pick, really. Packers, we just talked about. Seahawks, I could see potentially making it to the Super Bowl.
The Seahawks, yeah, their defense can play better. They're definitely not the Legion of Doom anymore, but Legion of Boom.
Legion of
Doom
Boom
because of you.
Yeah, buddy.
They're not the Legion of Boom anymore, but they're still a good defense. They can, stay healthy. That's when Bobby Wagner went out. That changed everything for them last year. I believe it's Bobby Wagner. They have a great team, and if they all stay healthy, Richard Sherman plays his best, and they got their offense is shaky sometimes, but if the offense can do their thing, and the defense can.
And it just comes down to Russell Wilson has to stay healthy. Last year, Russell Wilson was banged up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of injuries on defense, so they wasn't the same. I think Russell really depends on having a good defense. He's had it his whole career, and once they don't have a good defense, I think that he really struggles.
The defense definitely plays into the offense.
I don't think he's going to win a shootout with teams.
The Seahawks aren't built to win shootouts with teams. They're a defense team. The Seahawks are defensive minded.
So, definitely agree there. So, let's go ahead and what about you? What are your teams that you had on your list?
As far as what? Super Bowl or
yeah, Super Bowl. I already know you got the Patriots and the AFC, but your NFC, who is that team to you that is going to be the favorites?
Oh.
And after you pick your favorite, we're going to go to who we think is actually going to win it all.
AFC, again, it depends on injuries. Patriots, as long as most of the team stays healthy, they should have no problem coming out of the AFC. The NFC, Cowboys, if they can somehow get over this Ezekiel Elliott suspension hump, which we'll talk about in a little bit, shortly before the bottom of the hour. Looking at the teams in the NFC, I think Packers, and I think Seahawks. There's really no other team I could see coming out of the NFC. Okay, not even the Falcons, because they just lost their their offensive coordinator.
All right, so those are your teams that you think are the favorites. So give me your Super Bowl prediction. I want your two teams, and who's going to win it.
It's going to be New England versus Green Bay. The matchup probably people have wanted to see for a long time. New England wins. I think It'll be close. On a neutral field, I think New England wins 24-20.
24-20? Okay, I can see it. That's going to be a great game. I'm going to try to be objective here. And
no Saints.
I'm not going to put the Saints in. I want you guys to know I do believe the Saints are going to go to the Super Bowl. It might be because I'm a huge Saints fan, but I'm just going to go ahead and say Patriots, I believe. I don't know. The Patriots might get upset, though.
I think there's always a chance the New England Patriots could be upset.
I think Oakland might be able to surprise a lot of teams this year.
I do too. But realistically, the team they have built, they just got your guy Brandon Cooks. They have Gronk back. Yes, they lost Edelman, but they're deep at receiver. Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan. They have running backs that can catch the ball. And they have Tom Brady as their quarterback.
Okay, I got you. I'm going to go with
so New England.
Super Bowl. It's going to be a rematch of the Super Bowl we had previously.
New England and Seattle?
I am. I'm going New England and Seattle. I'm assuming everybody in Seattle stays healthy, and that defense carries them, and then Russell Wilson does what he has to do on offense, and they go ahead and go to the Super Bowl. And they run the ball at the 1-yard line. They don't lose.
You're killing me. They meet again. If they meet again, New England wins again.
Nah, they shouldn't have won last time, and they won't win if they meet again this time.
Yes, they will.
That's what you think, Doom. I just disagree. But realistically, though, we all know that my New Orleans Saints are going all the way.
Who dey? All the way.
To the Super Bowl. We're the best. Drew Brees, go do what you do. We got Seattle versus Pittsburgh as a pick over here on Facebook Live. Last second thoughts on that, Seattle-Pittsburgh?
If that happened, Seattle.
We got Seattle went over there. I agree. But that was all we have for today. I appreciate everybody listening. This was More Doom on Sports with your host, Kevin Moore, and your co-host,
Brandon Doom.
And this is ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio. Good night.
Broadcasting from the Score On Air studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. Your home for all the latest sports news and talk. ScoreOnAir.com. The Score.
Are you a sports fan? Do you have a mobile phone? Great, that's all you need to stay up to date with ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio, with original talk shows starting every 2 hours, covering every sport from every angle.
From basketball
to hockey
to martial arts.
Fantasy football.
We cover all Ohio sports. Just go to ScoreOnAir.com or download the TuneIn Radio app and search Score On Air. You'll be part of the action in no time. Whether you're stuck in traffic, at the grocery store, studying at the library, anywhere for that matter. Tune in anytime to get your sports fix. Follow us on social media or go to ScoreOnAir.com for even more original content, including play-by-play of local high school and college games, sports articles, and podcasts. ScoreOnAir.com is your home for the best analysis, coverage, and lukewarm sports takes. The best part, we're broadcasting live right here in Columbus.
Oh, wait.
I.O.
ScoreOnAir.com, the new generation of sports talk radio.
The Score.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
The new generation of sports talk radio. Here's your ScoreOnAir.com Score Center update.
This is G-Rob at the Score On Air Studios with your Score Center update. The Clippers lost a tough one Tuesday night at Huntington Park against division rival the Toledo Mud Hens. Highlights in this one was Adam Moore going 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in. Richie Schaefer tied for second in the home run race, belted his 30th to left field that would put the Clippers up in the bottom of the 7th.
Trying to match that here. He swings, hits one deep to left center. Is it number 30? Yes, it is. And Schaefer does it for the second time in his last 3 seasons.
Toledo would score 2 more in the 8th and held on to a 7-6 lead. Weather in New York on Tuesday night forced the Tribe and Yankees to postpone their game to a doubleheader on Wednesday. Trevor Bauer goes for the Tribe looking for his 14th win of the season, and much-traveled lefty Ryan Merritt, called up from Columbus, gets the nod in Game 2. In Washington, Giancarlo Stanton belted his 51st home run of the year.
Breaking ball, Stanton drives it left field. That is 51. Way over the Marlins bullpen.
The Nationals scored 3 in the 7th to wrap up an 8-3 victory over the wild-card hopeful Miami Marlins. For all news, scores, and updates, keep it locked right here, scoreonair.com, The Score.
You're listening to the home of the latest sports news and updates in Columbus.
Streaming live on YouTube and the worldwide TuneIn Radio app. This is ScoreOnAir.com.
Hurry back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection. Picked up by Steph Curry, 6 to shoot. He's at the right point. He stutter steps. He launches a 3. Hey! Nailed it!
Now it's time for NBA Slam with your host, Corey Irwin.
This is Corey Irwin, a.k.a. Sorry about that. What's going on, everybody? This is Corey Irwin, a.k.a. The Beard, here for I done that the last 2 weeks in a row now. This is NBA Slam. Welcome to Tuesday, and a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Columbus. So let's go down the list of everyone who's here. We got Hornswoggle running the sound waves for us today.
Hornswoggle.
Yay! All right, now let's go down the road. We got Big Cass.
Big Cass.
Shout out.
Pro Football Blitz, 6 to 8 on Thursdays.
Aplete.
Victory Lane, Thursdays, 8 to 10.
Yeah. All right.
AP.
AP, gosh dang, I apologize.
No
Go ahead and
worries.
shout out what you got going.
We got 14 Bullets starting up next week. It's going to be Wednesdays. Going to be after school, so 10 to 11.
All righty.
Yeah, that's going to be our podcast.
Awesome.
10 Sports.
All right, let's get into it. So, we have to start the day off with yours truly. That's right.
LeVar or Michael Jordan? We talk about the GOAT here, the greatest of all time.
That's right. We got started off with our LeVar Ball LOL moment of the day. So, Big Baller Brand is not going to sign Markelle Fultz. After Markelle Fultz was joking about signing with Big Baller Brand at the Philadelphia 76ers rookie camp. So, LeVar Ball comes out and goes, yeah, it's good for him. I'm not going to sign him to no contract. He's got to go to the brand and get it like everybody else online. So, wow. Won't even give the number 1 overall draft pick